All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to my apostle, elders, great millstone, and sanitation out there to the hopeful elect who continue to push this word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, Shalom to all the men, women, and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. And today, man, it's basically getting on the dangerous things that's happening on the planet Earth because, for lack of better words, what happened last night in New Orleans, I have an article, New Orleans attack updated, 10 dead, dozens injured after a vehicle plows into a crowd on Bourbon Street. Now, this is what the Lord prophesied from the ancient world, man, from times past, because ain't 9 times out of 10, it's nothing good concerning Babylon when the Lord is talking about it. Matter of fact, let's start off right here in the book of Ezekiel, the 7th chapter. Just start off with that, because it's not like this is going to be a one occasion or something like this is not going to ever happen again. No, the evils is finna get ready to increase upon the planet Earth. It's really going to be behind the hands of the so-called devil, man. And everybody knows who the devil is. So let's get this in Ezekiel 7, started verse 5. Thus saith the Lord, power and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. And we can see that. And you say the guy was basically hitting people while basically shooting his gun outside the car. He was basically playing Grand Theft Auto. This is a part of that evil that the Lord is talking about. Now you go into the word evil. The word evil back into times, and the word evil goes back to bad. So best believe that these bad times are going to increase as we get closer into the end. Continuing on, and the end is come. The end is come, and watch for, behold, come. So yes, we can see that these bad times are coming upon the planet Earth. It's evident in our face. Now, real quick, showing you how these bad times is going to go back into the devil. It says, and suspect who was hell bent on killing as many people as possible drove a rented pickup truck around barricades and plowed his vehicle through a crowd of New Year revelers on Bourbon Street in New Orleans at a high raised speed, leaving at least 10 dead and injuring dozens of others. Early Wednesday, city and federal officials said. So again, these people was going out to have a festive activity, man. They was going out to have fun, but guess what? For some people, it was the end of their life. They like, and it's a lot of people, man. This is just a secluded incident. There's a lot of articles just coming out today about how people lost their lives over New Year's. Guess what? There's biblical prophecy coming to pass, man. Because instead of you serving the Lord last night, you were serving Esau in this wicked system. Let's get this in Ecclesiastes 7 verse 2. It is better to go into the house of mourning than to go into the house of feasting, right there. And we was mourning last night, sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof, man. Even whether you was brothers was asleep at 12 o'clock or whether your brothers was getting it on. With a lesson full of lack of better words. You were sighing and crying. It says then to go into the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. And you can see what happened to the guys who went to the house of feasting last night, man. 10, we know at least 10 of them were dead, and we know that the rest of them is injured, man. So let's go ahead and read a little bit of it just to show you that this is basically Esau doing I believe order apkeo, causing ruckus, causing chaos, and turning around and trying to find a solution for it. Because his solution for this is going to be pushing out that sea hill. Let's read this a little bit. New Orleans Mayor Latoya Cantrell described the horrific incident a terrorist attack. And the FBI said it was being investigated as an act of terror. The bloodshed comes on the heels of a deadly vehicle ramming attack in Germany, which is just the same thing, showing you that Esau don't have no creativity. The only thing that he's doing is just trying to make an excuse to push for certain laws, to come down having great route. Because again, this is another way for this guy to do gun control. This is another way for this guy to put the clause or the laws into Jake. So let's get this real quick. This is the book of Isaiah 10:1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And that's a setup, man. That's why the mayor is in the forefront. That's why when you read into it, these devils are going to try to make more laws to prevent this from happening. But you are the guys that's making this thing happen, man. Showing you that people that's living in folly, Esau is going to use you as an expense. He's going to use you as collateral damage, just like those people over there that's happening in Syria. They don't care about you. The only thing they care about is them getting their resource out of it. And just like today, man, you're going to realize Esau don't give a damn about these Americans, man. The only thing he cares about is how dumb and stupid you are. As long as you continue to be in the spirit of loving LeBron James. But guess what? As long as you still be stupid, as long as you still be docile, the Lord is still going to increase the evils and the bad things that's going to happen upon the planet Earth. So let's get this in 1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. And we can see the prophecies going on. That's why it says he have no need that I write unto you, man. It's not like a new book got to come out. No, everything is already laid out, and we can see the movie passing before our face. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, and New Year's was a time of peace and safety, man, but it was used for an expense for the elites, It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So you're not going to be able to escape the dangers, man. Just like those people in New Orleans and plenty of other people. Real quick, let me see some. Homicides last night. Real quick, just to show you the evils that the Lord is doing. Homicide, woman dead in New Year's Eve shooting, at least 10 dead. Natchez man dead, killed. And it just shows you the evils that the Lord is bringing on this day when you're supposed to be celebrating, for lack of better words, being joyous. So why is the Lord bringing death upon a so-called quote-unquote joyous day unless that this day is wicked, man? You should be celebrating it all because there's been plenty of people who family members died, and there been plenty of people who cousins died and everything on New Year's Day. Why? Because they was participating in the wicked holiday. And that's why Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter is so heavy. Choose ye life and death. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get that. I jump back. Because again, you just type up homicides last night. It wasn't just those 30 people died right here. 15 people shot in Chicago, and investigating in San Francisco and Oakland. Another injury in Kansas City. So all around the whole United States, people are dying. Women shot to death on New Year's in Tuscaloosa, man. 2 dead, 3 injured in stabbings and shootings in Louisville. 1 killed, 3 wounded. New Year's Eve shooting near Oakland, showing you that Yahweh Shema is not playing with you niggas, man. At the same time, people are going to continue to choose their wrong way of death, which is the way of Babylon, and that's why you're going to be destroyed. Again, those people went down there to have a good time. Drinking and alcohol was involved. That nigga committed adultery last year on New Year's, and the Lord got him back this time. That's how the Heavenly Father do. But at the same time, it's not like these things is just going to go back to normal, man. Or for lack of better words, the Lord is just going to sit back and continue to let this festive and careless spirit continue to flow throughout the planet Earth. No, the Lord is going to get ready to bring judgment, and we can see that by the things that's going on, man. You know, let's get this real quick. This Deuteronomy 30, and right here it says, choose life. See, I have set before thee this day life and good, death and evil. And life and good is the way of the Lord. We already know He is the way, the life, and the truth. No man come unto the Father but by him. With that death and evil, talking about the flesh. And that's what New Year's Eve is dependent on, the flesh. Make sure you eat some, instead of you praying, you got to eat some black eyed peas and green beans. Make sure you have some fish. It's a new thing. You got to eat 12 grapes. It's wicked out here, but that's that death and evil that people chose last night, man. Make sure you kiss your loved one at 12 o'clock so y'all can be together forever. That's that death and evil, and basically that witchcraft that this Western Hemisphere pushed forth. But again, Jake don't see it. Verse 16. And that I command thee this day to love the Lord, Yahweh Shemah thy power, to walk in his ways and keep his commandments and his statutes, that thou mayest live and multiply. And these the reason why it was so many homicides last year, because they didn't keep the law, statutes, and judgments, not the commandments, but all these things spiritually. For lack of better words, the best way I can say it, until the best of your ability, man. That's why these people didn't live. They didn't try to keep the Sabbath. They didn't wait until sundown to start turning up. Them niggas was turning up at 12 o'clock in the evening, man. Niggas was already shooting the day before on the Sabbath, man. When the Sabbath kicked in, they was already turning up, man. That's why they didn't live. Read this again. It says to walk in his ways and keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply. And the Lord thy power will bless thee in the land whether thou goest to possess it. And that's the reason why these people didn't live, because they went into the ways of Esau. Continuing on, verse 17, the point. But if thine heart turn away, so that thou should not hear, but be drawn away in worship of the gods and serve them, basically you being seduced, man. And niggas was seduced about New Year, new me. Niggas been saying that for the past 15 years. It's been the same thing, man. Nigga work out for the month, and all of a sudden he back into the floor of Babylon. But that's what these Babylonian guys want you to do. Continue to be under that spirit of delusion. Because niggas had to wake up and work the next day, for the lack of better words. Read this again. What a headache. It says, but if thine heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shalt be drawn away and worship other gods and serve them, I'll denounce you unto this day, that ye shall utterly perish. That's why so many homicides, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land, whether thou passes over Jordan to possess it. And like you was wicked back then, you came back in this lifetime wicked, man. You died back then, and you're going to die here in America in the pit. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. And that's how you know it's reincarnation. We chose back then, and that's why we're coming back in the same light in these latter days, man. But you guys chose death back then. That's why you dying in these latter days, man. The story stays the same. Continuing on, that thou mayest love the Lord, Yahweh Shemah thy power, and thou mayest obey his voice, and that thou mayest cleave unto him, for he is thy life. Yes, you cleave unto something like a shield. That's your protection. It says, for he is thy life in the length of days, that thou mayest dwell in the land which the Lord swore unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, to give them. And we already know that ultimately the land that the Lord is going to give us, the Middle East, Israel in its fullness, and then it's time for that. But ultimately it started with that. With what? For he is thy life, and how he will lengthen your days if you obey him. And we can see those people who died last night didn't obey his voice. In these pages of it, 2 separate homicides in Fort Worth, 2 dead right here. Go down, 19-year-old Belmont woman arrested in connection with Sunday shooting with her girlfriend. The LGXYZ knocking people out. But again, just showing you that these people who passed away last night, they was erring against the Lord, and instead of you celebrating the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai, you celebrated Easter on his new year, and this what you receive. Wherever you, that's what you're gonna sow. You play with a snake, you're gonna get bit. So this is what happened once you follow after the ways of America. So I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honor to my apostle elders, Great Millstone, and Shalom.